place where no one is seen as a stranger, where no one is ever faced with danger. A place that is gentle, kind and light, where nothing would ever trigger a fight. A place that is boundless and wide, where we walk with angels side by side. A place with smiles and happy tears, where our hearts are open and there are no more fears. A place where love is seen on every face and arms are open wide to embrace. A place where everyone measures the same, where you are true though, and yet no one knows your name. A place where mysteries are explored, where truth is accepted and never ignored. A place where those of old age are wide-eyed and still learning, when time seems to rewind and to youth we are returning. There is a place where no one is seen as a stranger, where no one is ever faced with danger. A place that is gentle, kind and light, where nothing would ever trigger a fight. A place that is boundless and wide, where we walk with angels side by side. A place with smiles and happy tears, where our hearts are open and there are no more fears. A place where love is seen on every face and arms are open wide to embrace. A place where everyone measures the same, where you are true though, and yet no one knows your name. A place where mysteries are explored, where truth is accepted and never ignored. A place where those of old age are wide-eyed and still learning, when time seems to rewind and to youth we are returning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Memorial Weekend. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. Woke up a little bit groggy this morning, but I'm here live and in color. My husband will be here. You know, he finds something to do at the very last moment. Always, always. That's just his thing. It's a nice, cloudy, cool day in the Carolinas, here in North Carolina, and I'm loving it. I love this kind of weather. It's my favorite. It's my favorite kind of weather. Hope you're doing okay today. Let's see who's here with us today. There is I think this is my brother-in-law that's chiming in here today. Good morning, brother-in-law. My sister's at the beach, so my brother-in-law home alone. Hope you're doing okay, brother-in-law. And Yvette from Pittsburgh is on here, and Dee and George. Hey, sweetie pies, how y'all doing? And then Sandra, and then there's John Greason's in the house. He's in the house. And Pastor just came in the house.
Hey, good morning. Thank you.
Brother Blue and the family's here. Brother Blue, I hope you're doing okay physically. I know you were having some trouble at one point. Let me know how you're doing. Let us know how you're doing. And that's Sister Pearl. Pearl. How are you, Miss Pearl? What you working on? I know you're working on something. She's always creating something. Something she's always creating. She's so good at it too. Let me know what you're working on. I'm gonna get a swig right quick. A swig. One of those mornings I woke up with a headache. You ever woke up with a headache, not sure why? Anyway, we'll make it through, won't we? We will make it through. I want to do a quick meditation. Let's do something here. Yeah. And I don't have my glasses, so hey, I can't see.
Are they upstairs?
No, they're in the other room. I'll go get them. I'll go get them in a second. You going to get them for me? He's going to get them for me. He's going to get them. Hope you can find them. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's something I can see. I can see close up, but I cannot see far away. So when I'm looking at this computer, if I have the right glasses, I can see. You found them? Ah, you put them on. Can you see? Can you can you see? Yeah, these are yours, right? Let's see. Oh, we see just the opposite. You see, you can see far away and not close up. I can see close up, but not far away. Oh, I can't see nothing.
Yours are dirty.
Yeah, no. Yours
You got meat grease on them. You need to be able to see clearly now that the rain has stopped.
You don't look good in that glasses. Ah,
Mm.
Well, we finally got some rain, didn't we? We got some rain here. I tell you, we've been in a drought. They are dirty. They're terribly dirty.
Mhm.
And there's Sister Phyllis and Edward.
Phyllis J.
Yeah. And then there's Sister Sharon. Sharon came in. Sister Sharon, thank you for that love gift you sent the other day. I remember that. And then there's her person, she's working on a quilt. Oh, I used to make quilts, Pearl. I used to make quilts. That's when I was really domestic then. I had a garden and I was canning and I was making his suits and making quilts and
Making what?
yeah, made your suit. Remember? I made you some. I made you, I think, 2 suits and quilts, and I enjoyed making the quilts. I made the quilt out of old suits that my dad had. He had some old suits, and I cut the pieces up and made the quilt out of it. And I don't know what I did with those quilts, but anyway, that's what I was doing, and I love doing that. I had to go back and try and do some of that stuff. Yeah. So anyway, glad you guys are with us this morning. And I had something I wanted to do. Let's see if I want to do this. Let's see if I want to do this. I want to ask some questions. Thank you, my dear. She said, I always knew that you had that designer in you. Yeah. And Pastor does too, because he's been doing a lot of sewing and stuff on his pants. You talking about what you looking at? Pearl? That's Pearl.
Oh, hey, designer.
Yeah, that's Pearl. Yeah. He's been working on his pants. I have to find a picture of it and bring it to you guys and let you guys see it. He's been really doing some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Different stuff, ain't it? It's different stuff. You got one of those pair of pants on now, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Sure do.
Yep.
Yeah, you do. So
Yeah.
I need to have my camera set where I could.
Some of them rest on you better than others.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I'm going to ask these questions. I want you to do a true or false. And if you want to comment, you can. But I want you to do a true or false. Type in a true or false on these questions that I'm going to ask. And they're questions that will make you stop and think for a little bit. And some of you are probably going to answer these questions based on your religious mind. So this is to kind of help you think out of the box a little bit, not with your religious mind, but we're going to see. Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? And Brother Blue said he is doing better. Thank you, Brother Blue. And Pearl, baby girl's doing pretty good. She had her surgery. She got the stitches out Thursday, and she's doing well. Thank you for asking. All right. So now we are going to do these. I'm going to do these questions, and I want you to answer true or false, okay? And it won't take us long to do it, but I wanted to do it because to try to pull some of us out of our church brain, our religious brain, and religious mindsets, and see how we do. Let's see how we do. Okay, this is the first one. True or false now? God should be feared. True or false? You could do a T and an F, and then you can, yeah, that'll be good enough. The second one is God may not even exist. True, false. Hey, Sylvie. That's exactly right, sweetie pie. God should not be feared. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, this is the third one. God does exist and is a superhuman male being. Mm. Yeah, guys. All right, here's another one. God demands obedience. Mm. We'll see how free you are from your church brain and from your religious confines. All right, here's another one. God sees us as imperfect. Mm. Somebody said true. I think you said true to God demands obedience. Okay. Everybody else is saying false. All right. God sees us as imperfect, and we can't approach him without doing something to appease him. This is so interesting. So interesting. All right. God requires us to believe in him and worship him in a specific way. Yeah, Sylvie. I hear you. She asked the question, him? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, guys. Y'all come on in the house. Come on in the house. Y'all doing it. Okay, okay. Here's another one. God is vengeful and his love can turn into anger at any moment. Oh, I love it. I think you guys are pretty much free from your religious minds. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Come on in. They're doing good. Doing good. Doing good. All right. Here's another one. This all began because God is at war with the devil. True or false? Mm. Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This lets me know that you are pretty much free from your religious minds. Yeah, all that indoctrination, all that conditioning, religious conditioning, you guys are free from all of that. All right, here's another one. God's forgiveness is required for us to get into heaven. Wow. Wow. True or false, guys? True or false? Mm-hmm. Good, 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 good. All right, here's another one. God is on our side. God is on our side. All right. Somebody said true. Is God on our side or is he on everybody else's side, on the opposite side? Is he on my side or is he on Reverend's side? Can he be on my side? If he's on my side, then is he on his side? So when we say God is on our side, come on, think out the box. Think out the box. Think inclusive. Think inclusive. Now, when some of you, I think when I say God is on our side, you're thinking, well, that means God is for us. He's there for our benefit. It's all that. And when we say our side, then we're saying that I have a side and somebody else has a side. So can God be on our side? Anyway, think about it. Think about it. I think God is on everybody's side.
I just reading here where it said, on the left hand where he doeth work, but I cannot behold him.
Mm-hmm.
Behind of himself, on the right hand, he still beholdeth himself.
There you go. That's what Sylvia said. She said, I am God. With a little G, I got you. I got you. I got you. So
he said, I cannot see him
mm-hmm.
because he's hid in blind sight.
Yeah. So there is no side, is pretty much what I'm saying. There's no side for God to take. When I say God taking sides, it's like in the war, for instance. Is God on the side of Iran or on the side of America? Which one is God on the side of? God is not on either side.
I've always known the secret place of God is the right brain, because it talks about the right hand of the Father, the right hand of God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He came to me on my left, but he came from the right side.
I got you. Okay.
When he got up from the table in the council room, he came on my left, but he went on his
now
right.
You have to elaborate because I didn't go to that.
I know you didn't, but I understand.
Yeah. You were talking about when you were in the council room.
Yeah, when I saw the council room,
God came to you. He came to you on the left side. I was
looking at him on this end of the table, but he got up on his right side and came to my left side.
On your left side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which means the right side, the right hand of God is the secret place.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. All right, here's another one. God rewards us and punishes us. Or I said it like this: God rewards us or punishes us on Judgment Day. How about that one? This is interesting. It's very interesting to see your responses. It's very interesting, especially when I got to the part about.
You remember when we was in school, we used to have every year, we used to have tests, or we go and have tests, student tests and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about it. The test that we got was questioned, but the answer to the question was in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the teacher.
Yeah, that's true.
So the answer was there with the question. So that means every question that God asked himself, he's the answer.
Mm-hmm. 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 And I wanted to do these. I have more questions, but I won't go on with them. But I wanted to ask these questions because it not only shows me where we're entrenched with religious indoctrinations, but it also helps you to clarify what you actually know is true. What are you doing, Pastor?
I mean, we often talk about We are the righteousness of God.
Mm-hmm.
He said this, my foot, the footsteps of the righteous have been ordered.
Mm-hmm.
He said, my foot have held his steps. His way have I kept and not declined.
Mm-hmm.
That means I tell people all the time, he wear the same size shoe that you wear.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
footsteps of the righteous is in every man's footstep, but it's hid in blind sight.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ask the
Exactly.
question, do you wear socks? Can I see uh, whether you got socks on or not? Because your pants seem to be hiding your feet because of long pants.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he's saying, look through your pants and you'll see my footsteps have already been ordered. So I said to people, in your house, if you look at the footsteps of Jesus in your house, he's been walking all over your house, kitchen, living room, upstairs, downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
because it's the size shoe that he wear.
Mm-hmm.
That's the footsteps.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good. We talked about on last week how that Jesus Christ is the pattern man, the pattern, and we talked about how that when you're sewing clothes, you're making clothes, or even when you're building something, a lot of times people will make a pattern, a prototype of that particular thing, and it is what every other piece that you make after that is supposed to look like. It's supposed to replicate. And Jesus, or I should say Christ, is replicated in all of us. That goes back to what Sylvie said, I am God. So she's leaving the body mind, or I should say the mind that's related to the body. In order to say that, you have to leave in your focus and in your awareness the mind that is relative to the body. Because when you're thinking of your body, you're thinking, I am God, that immediately the red flag goes up and says, oh, no, I'm not God. I'm not God. Nobody's God. But that's because you're relating to your body mind, or the mind that's related to your body. And then you cannot speak from that I am. And so, in a lot of people, this is where a lot of people get tripped up when they listen to us and they think we're saying that everybody's God as a body mind. As a body mind, none of us are God, because that part is simply an apparatus that we inhabit. But that is in these bodies is God.
The fabric of the Christ self is woven into the fabric of our beingness.
Yes, it is.
And our beingness is the garment that his spirit body is made out of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I was in the council room awareness, I was aware that the table where the council sat and where his chair was, he was sitting in, and I was standing at the entrance, was made out of the fabric of his breath. Mm-hmm. So that the breath that we're breathing now is God in and out of consciousness, awareness,
yes,
but yet remaining in the same place, never losing or gaining, but always remaining the same.
And so this truth that we have realized of being God, or I should say one with God, or as God in these physical bodies, what?
We are the foreverness
Yeah.
of the Christ, and the Christ is the foreverness of us,
Okay.
with or without the mind agreeing.
Yes, yes. And when you say the mind, we're talking about the mind, the mind that is relative to the body. And I'm going to go to a scripture because it just popped into my memory. that this scripture is what this is talking about. And it's in Romans. We've read it. And those of us who've been in church for any length of time, you heard this before in Romans 8. I think it's Romans 8. Yeah. In Romans 8, now the very first verse of that chapter says, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. Now, I in my religious mind, I thought that meant those of us who learned how to walk in a particular behavior pattern, meaning I didn't drink, I didn't cuss, I didn't smoke, I didn't go to bars, I didn't go to the nightclubs, I didn't cuss, I didn't do all of those things, and I spent my days thinking about God, reading scriptures and praying and witnessing, fasting. That was my life at that point. I didn't think about doing anything else other than that and being used of God. That was the mindset. So that was my mindset when it says walking after the Spirit. That was the religious concept. But he said, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh. Walk not after the flesh doesn't have anything to do with my what I do as far as my body is concerned. It has nothing to do with whether I drink, smoke, cuss, party. It has nothing to do with that. Have sex. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with I have at that point released myself from the mind that is related to the body. And this is what we were talking about with what Sylvia said. When you remove yourself from the mind that is related to the body, there is no separation between you and God. And then there is therefore now no condemnation. On down in this chapter, it talks about in the 5th verse. All right, let me go back because it's a whole lot in it. I can't go all through the whole thing, but what it says is, in the 4th verse, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. In other words, I'm not walking in the conscious awareness of being only a mind and a body. I am now walking in the consciousness that I am that's animating this body and this mind. I am the I am. So then I am not walking after the flesh. They that are in the 5th verse, for they that are after the flesh, those that are focused in and identified closely to their bodies and minds, do mind the things of the flesh. But they that are after the Spirit, those that have transcended only being the body and mind, that they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. And then the 6th verse says, to be carnally minded is death. To be locked into the body-mind concept of yourself is death.
Mm-hmm. Separation.
Yes. To identify yourself only as your thought life, your feelings, your desires, and your survival of the body, and all of that, that's death. That's what death is. It's separation. It's suffering. And then he says, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. To not be only identified as a body and a mind is life and peace. And I hope this makes sense to some of you guys. If you get out of your religious mind, you can hear what I'm saying. This scripture is not talking about what people do and don't do. It has nothing to do with that at all. It has to do with where you locate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Where you locate yourself. Who are you? Are you simply this body and mind that has been conditioned, that has been constructed? There's a construct that the mind has that houses every thought, every belief, every desire, and it's built from the time you were put in the womb, the time you entered the womb, I should say, and until now, you have this construct of thoughts and feelings and desires and fears and all of this stuff, and it houses everything that you ever believed. And so this is the mind that is the carnal mind. It's the mind that is related to the body. Carnal meaning meat, carnivorous. It means the flesh. It means the meat. The meat. If you think you're this meat, then that's death. And a lot of us, because it's habitual, believe that we're this meat. Even when we know better, we still believe this meat is who I am. And so this is where we have the suffering. And he said, that's death. And he said, to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. The 7th verse says, because the carnal mind, or the mind that is related to the body, is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh, or the body mindset, cannot please God. But you are not in the body mind, but in the spirit, locating yourself, locating
You are
you,
spirit. We are
locating
spirit.
you.
Mhm.
Yes. If so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man has not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his. And if Christ be in you, the body
It
is
says Christ be in you.
the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. So
It's the life breath.
if you locate yourself as that, I am, there's life and peace.
When anybody locate what is called the new birth experience, the new birth experience is not getting something. The mind gives off the idea that God came. But if you go back and really look at the marvelous structure of the pattern of the blueprints that we are pressed into or made out of before the physical body came, Job said, Jeremiah 1:5 said, before I knew thee, before they were formed in the belly. Don't quote it exactly right, but I'm just giving you a synopsis of the fact that we were already eternal spirits inside of our mother's womb and the Father. And we decided as an eternal essence to determine whether the suit that we're going to wear was to be male or female.
Okay.
But in actuality, Christ was and always have been the eternal spirit that never was born nor can die.
Which is us.
Which is
Okay,
the real us.
This is where the religious mind has a problem.
That's
but
right.
The Christ is us, because he says Christ is all and in all. And that's taking a big quantum leap for a lot of us who've been in the religious mindset. Because to equate ourselves with God throws up a red flag.
The big
Even though Jesus said, Jesus did it. He said it wasn't robbing God to make himself equal with God. But yet when we hear anything that equates ourselves with God, and we begin to think of ourselves as God, that's when the red flag goes up. And it robs us of our own inheritance.
I was talking to a couple at the Chrysler Jeep place this week. And when I came out from one of the service employee in his office, this couple was standing in front of me, and I walked past him, and I started talking to him. And while I was standing there, I saw the young lady in heaven, and in heaven there was a child that was there waiting for her and came to earth. And I told her that the child that came And I didn't know her husband's appointed. They've been married about 3 or 4 months, maybe a couple of years. But he said, long story short, he said the child that you talked about is now inside of her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we had a good talk. I told him that I was going to mention that online this morning. And we had a long talk. And I looked in his eyes and I could see Jesus, the Christ self, in her and him, looking at himself inside of me. Awareness, consciousness, and beingness. This has never been anything different. But the mind gives off through the ego that we came from to get to. And we are the all essence eternalness of the word universal consciousness. I mean, I can say it use so many adjectives and words.
You can say it so many ways.
Yeah.
Now, Pearl is saying this. I want to make sure I understand what she's saying. She says, with everything that you said, co-pastor, we can't be until we are aware. Coming into awareness of my being as Jesus did shuts down the mind. It definitely does. Well, and before it shuts down the mind, the red flag comes up. And then after, if you can endure the red flag and know that the red flag is simply a guard that's trying to keep you from the truth of your knowing, then it goes down and the mind it shuts down, because the mind can't follow us into the truth. Type that in. The mind cannot follow us into the truth.
That's like the priest standing in front of the veil, and the only way he could get through that veil was to be translated.
Well, years ago on McConnell Road, you did a whole series for months on the subconscious mind.
I did.
Yes, and you labeled the guard that's over the door of the subconscious mind that guarded the gate. You named him George. I don't know if you remember that.
I made the what?
You labeled him and gave him a name. The guard that the one that guards the gate over the subconscious mind that won't allow anything to get in was named George. You named him George. And so
you named him George.
And George had, when the red flag comes up, George immediately guards that truth from going any deeper inside of you. And so you taught us that. You taught us that. I remember that. If you guys remember that, you were on McConnell Road.
And that's when I was teaching about Jesus is the door.
I don't know if you said Jesus is the door, but you were teaching us about how to get past the guard into the subconscious mind. Because if you can get any truth past the guard, the subconscious will accept what has been said and will immediately begin the manifestation of it. Yeah. And so you were teaching us that, and we were, I know a lot of you that were there, you remember that. You named him George. You said George is not going to let that come in. So, and you were telling us how to allow, how when we make an affirmation, that affirmation has to go into the subconscious, and the subconscious has to receive it. And like a womb, it has to receive it, just like our womb, it receives a sperm and then creates that baby. So George is, when the red flag comes up, George immediately blocks the truth from coming in.
Here's a secret from the secret place that you are in the right side, right brain. God has never been blocked or cut off from us because of the soul, mind, emotion, and will may dread something.
Yeah, okay, you said something there. Can you say it again?
God has never been, I mean, I can say it again like that.
Okay.
Has never been at a distance from any man or anyone, because of the soul, which is mind, emotion, will, because the soul may dread something
Or fear something.
or fear something. But he said here, withdraw thine hand far from me, and let not thy dread make me afraid.
Mm, 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 mm,
The memories
mhm.
of the past may be 24/7 um, in the recall of the mind, conditioned self. But
It's in the construct.
in the
And
construct,
it's locked in a room in the basement of the subconscious.
yeah. But it has never there has never there has never ever been a time when God was far from us in reality.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Anything that has a beginning and an end will, ooh, I saw this from way back now.
Mm,
Anything that has the beginning and the end cannot stand up against what is eternal.
true.
We
So
are the
so
eternal essence.
yes. Yes.
Now, hold these things. If you don't, it will behold itself.
I'm going to ask you a question, Pastor, and you may be able to answer it. I think you can. We often think of reprogramming ourselves in order to manifest what we like to have in this life. And going back to the affirmations and that affirmation has to get past George in the subconscious. It has to get past in order for the subconscious to accept it and then manifest it. My question is, are there things that we try to get into the subconscious, and are there things that we need to get out of the subconscious?
I remember an old prophet guy, excuse me, I studied about years ago, named William Branham.
Mm-hmm.
He was in his room and the old wooden floors of the house, old country house. He heard footsteps, and the sound of the footsteps on that wooden floor was coming toward him from the door to the bed. And he heard the footsteps with the ear of his eternal self, spirit. And when the footsteps got close to the bed, whichever direction the footsteps turned, it sat down on his bed. And when the way he sat down, on way these footsteps came and sat down on his bed, caused him to recognize that it was Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when he sat on the bed, he said the bed sunk down.
Mm-hmm.
Said spirit has a substance to it.
Mm-hmm.
The substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Ooh, my God, I feel I could speak and I could do baby cooing. Lord. And he said the imprint of the hinder part of God made an imprint in his bed.
Now, I want to.
Hot. Oh, Moses Joe.
That's good, Pastor. That's good. But now I don't know if it answers my question, but it's good. It's good. Now listen.
That told me something.
What?
That means we are not God's cousin. We are a male or female, sons and daughters of God.
Now this reason why
Woo, glory
now,
to God.
gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna say this. Christianity is the Christianity and I should say possibly Islam,
Jesus, thank you.
ism are pretty much, and I could be wrong about this, are pretty much the only ones that relate to God as if it is a separate being, in the sense of it being, we say the word God. When we say the word God, our mind conjures a separate being that is all powerful, all powerful, all knowing, everywhere existed, but yet and still it's a localized being. Christianity holds to that concept. However, in other spiritual sects, such as Buddhism relates to God. God is not a separate, localized being, but God is emptiness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In Sufism, God is the pervading love.
Mm-hmm.
In Hinduism, God is presence, nirvana, is
Mm-hmm.
presence.
You remember all that.
And in the non-duality teachings, God is awareness. So in Christianity and Islam and some of the other factions that I'm not really aware of or educated about, we relate to God as a localized being. Then that localized being is separate and apart from us.
Mm-hmm.
We have trouble bringing that being to us in our concept, and so therefore we miss the opportunity of relating to God as it actually is, because we're so busy with working on the concept of trying to connect with a localized being that is so far from us as all powerful being. And so that has robbed us of the I amness. It's robbed us of the knowing of who we truly are, and has kept the truth from us and made us afraid to accept. Whenever we hear anything about what Sylvie said, I am God, then a red flag goes up. And so it's guarded. It's a guarded truth in the religion called Christianity. The I am is a guarded truth is kept from the minds of Christian believers. And so that's the Christian mind that we're breaking out of. And it's been difficult because our language even talks like God is still a localized being that I got to connect to. So yeah, I am fully aware of that. Now we got some Hey, Robert Mann, how are you? Got some great comments.
Jay Hewitt Mann. I see that man in the guitar.
And Denise, if you're there, hello. He says, our very existence is the dynamic living expression of what we call God. Yes. We cannot survive any disconnect. If we were disconnected from God, we wouldn't even be here. We would not even be here. There is the presence and our awareness of presence or not.
I found out it was revealed. The grace was revealed. I just saw so much coming up. How to talk to the Christ in every man.
Well, I like what little Vince said on Tuesday night.
Ooh.
Little Vince, when he was Kelly, when he was with us on Tuesday night, he said he doesn't say to them, I see Christ in you, but he says, I see myself in you.
Yes.
He said, I see myself in you, because myself is the Christ.
The service manager at the Chrysler place, I went out to see him. And at his desk, I said, it's good to see you. He said, it's good to be seen. He was thinking I was talking to his body mind.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
But in the secret place.
Yeah.
Meditation has brought the Christ awareness to the forefront of the brain consciousness, from the holographic projection in the back of your head. I am looking in all directions as the Christ I am, we are, he is. And I have seen insight in the sight of innerness, or the innerness of the sight of God in every man, that We have never been cut off from God, the eternal self.
That's true.
Oh, spirit now. God is spirit.
And when you say God, that doesn't mean separate from us.
No.
That doesn't
That
mean
means
separate from us.
that in words are cheap. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It's not, it's so now that you don't even have to look for it anymore. Christ is everything. And this is not religious talk.
It's not.
In or out of agreement with religion, politics, dog ticks in the mind, tick tock on the clock. We have never, ever been separated, and not anything can separate us from the love that Christ is in every man, even the meanest man that I thought that I grew up with. There was a part of him that was absolutely the Christ, and I didn't see it.
And let's change the word Christ to love, because
love, that's another way of saying it. Yeah.
The concept of your mind is, because of what you endured with that one being, is that he was mean, but you have evidence that there was love there as well, because of some of the other things that he did.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me get to some of these comments because they're so good. Now, Sylvie brought up this. She said, some say we need.
If I got ants on me,
why?
I just see them. Look.
Why? Baby, don't talk about
I know
that,
but
now,
it gets my attention.
Oh my God.
Look, it is on me.
Wherever you have been and whatever.
I got ants all over my shirt.
Ants on him. Well, listen, we
can't I can't. I didn't mean it. I got distracted. Go ahead. An ant distracted me.
How'd you get all these ants on
you? Let me just.
I'm distracted. How'd you get all these ants on you?
I had a chance to.
You got ants in your pants and you want to dance.
And a whole lot of shaking going on.
Listen, we got distracted because he saw some ants crawling on him. But anyway.
I hear what you're saying, Miss Sylvia.
Yeah, she said, some say we need to reprogram the subconscious mind. And I think we forget that when we say subconscious, we're not talking about two different minds. It is the mind, but the basement of the mind, the things that are locked in the basement of the mind. And knowing that the subconscious, if we go back into the teachings of the subconscious, it's the womb. It's the womb, the spiritual womb.
Here's my hand. You see my hand, both of them. Here's what the new birth experience is. It's already there. It is the essence of every man. The Holy Spirit is the essence of every man. I saw in the subconscious mind, George moved out of the way.
Okay.
I saw the Christ have come forward in consciousness. That when I saw Jesus the first time, he was up over the top of my head and I could see him without turning. But when he opened my chest up and put his heart inside, he come around in front. I didn't know then what I see now, and I've seen for years now, that he was there all the time. But here's what happened. In the subconscious mind, the door that he is come open, and he came into he was the awareness of being me all the time. 24/7 in this earthly realm. God is the actual place that we are the placement of God.
Do you think the word God throws us off?
Sometimes it's overused.
It throws us off sometimes, because when we hear the word God, then we immediately think of a separate being. But that is why a lot of other religions, or I won't call them religions, other spiritual sects don't say the word God, because our minds immediately go to a separate localized being.
Somewhere in the subconscious mind, I found out the definition of binding and loosening.
Okay.
And to bind him was that finally I held him in the eons of the womb of the spirit
Now,
and gave birth to him through the identity of the Christ.
Go back. The womb of the spirit is the subconscious, right?
Yeah.
That's where God,
Yeah.
that's
the
if
birthplace.
we're going to say God, that's where God resides as the inside of the anatomy of our being.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he came, he didn't come, he was there all the time. There's a song that he was there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you sing it, but that's the way it went.
Yes. Yes.
And he looks like he's coming and going.
And there's no such thing.
And there is no such thing.
There is no such thing.
But always, Miss Pearl, I wish I had a lot more of them shirts that you got that I am.
Now, who are you going with there?
And I'm going with this to see, to say that from the time, if there was ever a time of birth, he was there before the physical body.
But even when you say he was there,
it was us. We were there.
See, the language.
Yeah, the language.
The language a lot of times betrays us because our language a lot of times sounds as if we're separated, but then we know in our knower that we're not. So it's habitual. Separation becomes habitual. We've lived in it so long till when we come to a place where we no longer have to live in it, we don't know how to live in it. We don't know how to live without being in the mind of separation. We struggle with that.
Mm-hmm.
We struggle with it. And he's still looking for ants.
I thought I did.
Well, do you want to just get up and shake it off?
I did. I went back in the back and took the leaf blower and blowed myself off. Just make sure that it's distracting and aware of the consciousness.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway.
Yeah. Now, John Greason was reacting or responding to what you said about the spirit that sat on the bed with William Branham, and he said the spirit has substance. Wow! And then Robert helped him and said, "You are that substance." Yeah,
you are the substance.
Yeah. See,
and hope for the evidence that was not seen.
This is where we have the. I don't want to say it like this, but it seems like it's a constant tug of war, a constant struggle to stay out of separation. And you have to be aware enough to realize when your language is betraying you.
In the school of mysteries, that is the right side, the right brain, the sanctuary, the archives, the eternal blueprint of the Christ self.
The pattern, yes.
I saw the actual mysteries of Christ in every being in the universe that does not have to travel anywhere to get to God. When this is seen, the whole thing changes of the way you look at religion, Christianity, church, indoctrination, the fivefold ministry, the different positionalities. You look with the eyes of Christ, and it does not exalt you, but it fully humans you.
Yeah, it does.
Fully human you to seeing God. Seeing the eternal self as forever, 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 and the fullness of the new birth experience is amplified eternal life times. I don't feel like the ants crawling on me. But that's okay. Don't
But
let
listen, I got a
distract you.
question for you
Yeah.
guys. I got a question. Is the caterpillar a butterfly?
That's a good one.
Is the
Mm.
caterpillar a butterfly? Let's just say the caterpillar got up this morning and it said, I'm going to affirm, I am a butterfly. I can fly above the bushes. I can fly away from the earth. I am that can fly.
Mm. Mm.
The caterpillar's making affirmations, right?
Mhm.
I am that can fly. I can soar above, and almost said above the heavens for him, above the heavens. The caterpillar is, in fact, a butterfly. He doesn't feel like a butterfly. He doesn't look like a butterfly. But there are what they call imaginal cells. And this is scientific. I'm not making this up. There are imaginal cells that live inside the caterpillar
Mm.
that is building a butterfly inside that caterpillar. All the whole time that caterpillar is walking on the earth, it's building a butterfly.
I just saw a Disney movie where one of the young men in a Disney movie, his father crossed over and left him a gift in a box, and the gift that he left him in the box was flying shoes.
Okay, so he's walking around on the earth and may have glimpses of himself as a butterfly and start affirming that and beginning to see that. And the imaginal cells are already working inside of that caterpillar, making it be that it already sees itself as being.
Mm-hmm.
And those imaginal cells it's the same way that the Christ is in us. The Christ is in us as, first of all, as the pattern,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's there's the scriptures that talk about till Christ be formed in you. Christ is buried in man. Christ unfolds in man. Christ unfolds as man.
Mm-hmm.
And so the caterpillar is a butterfly, but it isn't evident yet. It isn't seen.
It's almost like it's a cover, and it's uncovered.
But everything that is seen has to evaporate in order for the butterfly to appear. And this is where I think goes back to what Sylvia was saying about the subconscious. I don't think there's a programming of the subconscious so much as there is a dismantling of all of the data that the subconscious has gathered. In that way, the unfolding of Christ that's already there begins to manifest. And that's just a concept I'm giving you. So that's the best way I can say it. Now, Robert is saying something here, and our time is winding up. God doesn't need your belief. God believes in you. That is why you are sent here. Our belief tools have been preoccupied with trying to connect with what we now extend from. Yes, that's exactly right. Thank you, Robert. Thank you for that.
I've had the direct experience of leaving people alone, which would never be done when I first started out into this. I thought that in order to fulfill the purpose of God in the universe, everybody that I met, I had to tell them about salvation. But when I found out what Christ was in every man as the eternal essence.
And how did you find out? See, when this is, see, I'm saying that because I'm saying that because, like with John, I know John he's trying his best to come around to this, and he says it's a slow thing for him. He said it's still hard to comprehend, but it's slowly coming around. And so when you say you how did you word it?
I saw.
You saw, or you anyway.
I discovered.
How did you come into this? So because he's hearing it and he's embracing it, but it hasn't been his experience yet. And I think too with John, in my case, I kept waiting for a specific change in myself, a specific alteration in how I felt, and alteration in how I was
That's
thinking.
amazing you said that word alteration.
Mm.
Because I was sitting here before you said alteration, I was sewing
Mhm.
and I was doing some alteration.
Mhm. So it took. I thought that I had to have some things change in me, or in my way of thinking, in my way of feeling, and I kept waiting for this one lifetime experience, once in a lifetime experience. And I realized it was not going to happen, because that was what was blocking me from actually experiencing it.
Mm-hmm.
It was looking for that to give me some evidence that this had actually taken place. And so, yeah, I fully understand what you're going through,
The
John.
Ark
I
of
do.
Covenant is the Ark of Covenant is the Ark of Covenant is the Ark of Covenant is us.
Yes, yes.
Know ye not that your body is the Ark,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and the covenant is the Christ self?
Yes. So now, Pearl mentioning this, and I agree with what she's saying. She said, at the same time, presence is experiencing each of us individually in everything, even the caterpillar. Exactly. So it's like, if there is, let's see, I have to go all the way back to the language that is not, that has no separation in it. The caterpillar is God experiencing itself
Yeah,
as the caterpillar,
yeah.
and it is itself with the imaginal cells that is going to
It's been there all the time.
manifest itself
Yeah.
to have the experience of being a butterfly.
Talk to me, girl.
And so it is God. It is God in as you
Mm-hmm.
that is unfolding itself, experiencing itself as you, and has no problem with you. That's the biggie. Has no problem with you the way you are. It is enjoying its experience being you. It's not trying to change you. It's experiencing being you, and it's not trying to change you. If it wants to change, it will change.
When we were dating each other in our younger days, and we still are in our old age,
You're still dating.
mhm, it was, I used to call you every night on my break
Yeah.
for 2.5 years, at least two. I saw you every day, but talking on the telephone only gave me a vocal image.
Mhm.
But I had to
It
see
felt
you.
like a connection,
Yeah,
but it wasn't
I still see you.
it wasn't a strong enough connection.
But when I saw you every day physically,
Mhm.
that puts the icing on the cake.
Exactly. There's a whole difference. You were they're able to experience me. So this is what a lot of
My
us
cake was
this
baked.
is what a lot of us really long for. We don't want the talk to me connection anymore. We want to experience God.
I baked my cake.
Mhm. And Robert has I haven't seen it yet, because I went to it and I got some kind of trailer. Haven't gotten, but Robert has done a video of caterpillar soup. So I think all of us need to try to find that. Robert, I'm going to try to find it today if I can. Then Robert says this: no one can impart revelation. Exactly. No one except Christ, that is, because a lot of the revelation that we got came from the imparted lessons that we received from the experiences we had with these mystical experiences that we had. One must surrender to the knock at the door when it comes. And when that door opens, nothing comes in.
How would Go
You
ahead.
finally begin to sense your true self flowing out. That's good, Robert. That's good. That's good.
How would stillness speak if it was not so still that it talked?
Mhm. Okay. Say that again.
How can stillness speak? We
Speak.
often say stillness speak.
Uh-huh.
How can it speak and not have a mouth, but yet a voice
Mm-hmm.
that speaks out of silence?
Okay.
That means that it does talk, but it's stillness speaking.
Yeah, it's true.
That's to me, that's the mysteries of the
Yeah,
mystical
you
self.
in that mystical mode right now, I think, aren't you?
The mystical
You in
side
that
of
mystical
stillness is
mode.
that when a tree fall in the woods, if a uh, uh, is cut down and
Does
you in
it does
another
it make it
place,
does it make a sound?
does it make a sound?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a mystery. That's the mystical side.
It is. It is. Well, guys, we've been on here an hour and almost 15 minutes, and
It don't seem like it's
it's been great. It's been great. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for your comments. Thank you for hanging in there until the end of the session. And I pray that you got something out of it. I think you did. I think you did.
One of our buddies came by to see us this week. Young man brought his daughter, 2 daughters.
Oh yeah, Jonathan. Yeah,
Jonathan came,
did. Yeah,
Robert, and
yeah.
spent a few minutes with us. And,
Well, Adrian also
and
came to see.
Adrian,
Adrian also came to see us.
Miss Hilda's
Yes,
daughter,
yes.
she's on the other side, but Adrian came to
Adrian
see
came
us.
to see
We
us
have a
this
lot
week.
of mystical people.
You guys are welcome to come and see
Miss
us.
Sylvia, I appreciate you coming on with us, and Robert, and all you other little Roberts, and Miss Pearl, all you guys out there that have been with us for some time, for quite a while over the years. Seemed like it just been yesterday, a brief moment, but it's been a time, a wonderful time to be able to hear, see, and smell and taste the honey, the goodness of the Lord, in knowing that you guys are still tuning into us. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your love gifts. Thank you for the heart of Christ, who has revealed itself through every one of you on Tuesday night at 7 and on Sunday morning at 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Robert's telling us about the caterpillar soup. He says he's going to post it on his wall. Now, when you say on my wall, no, we're not tech savvy, Robert, so you're going to have to give us a little bit more. Posted on his wall in a moment is just under an hour, mostly music and filled with our conversations. That's good. That's good. But you got to give me a little bit more. I don't have any concept of what on my wall means. So we don't know what you know, Robert. We don't know what you know. Thank you, Sylvie. Thank you, John Greason. Thank you guys for responding and letting us know how that's impacted you today. And hit the like button, the love button, as John Greason says. We will be back on Tuesday.
Go ahead. I hear you.
He gets distracted. I always shut the blinds so baby girl can't see out. I need to shut the blinds so he can't see out. So anyway, we love you. We'll see you back. Don't forget to give and honor this broadcast with your substance. Thank you so much for all of the love gifts you sent through Cash App and PayPal and Zelle. Thank you so much. And Robert says come to his Facebook page. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Robert. We'll get it. We'll get it. And Pastor Norman's here. Thank you, Pastor Norman. You're going to be with us Tuesday night, hopefully. Yeah, yeah. And
Pastor Norman, I just got to do something. I don't know what it is in my Christ identity to get down and have a long talk with you and your mom. I've been thinking about it ever since the last class we had. And I've been thinking about talking to a little bit. I got a number. I had to call and talk to her about that that bacon situation that she's into down there.
Okay. Now, John Greason saying you're going to have ants in your pants the rest of the day.
I got them. I'm telling you too.
We have these little sweet ants. They just pop up every now and then.
Every season they do that. And I sit down in there.
He has a spot in the family room where he sits and eats. And he drops crumbs, of course,
And they can smell them.
and they find them, and then we have to end up cleaning up.
I looked in there, and
to
one
get
was
rid
on
of
my
them.
hand and one was on my shirt. And I said, oh, Lord. So I went in the back and got the leaf blower and tried to blow them off. It was like I didn't get all of them.
I've got to, at some point, get Robert Mann in here on with us on a Tuesday night, preferably, because then we're a little bit less formal on Tuesday nights. To get in there and joining our conversation, and if there's any, I wanted to say this, if there's any of you that really want to come in and talk like Pastor Norman does with us on Tuesday nights, give me an email. You guys know what my email is, right? You know what it is. And let me know if you're interested. And I can always send you a link. Let me put my email in there so you know. So I can always send you a link that will help you that will get you in to talk to us. Okay. If you're brave enough and you want to come in, you got a question or something you want to ask, or your comment or something about something we've been teaching, then that might be a good thing for us to try to do. And we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on that. Yeah, John, we are so funny. You are right. Thank you, Robert. He says he tagged me in the post. Okay, so I'm going to look at caterpillar soup today, and just remember the caterpillar can affirm, but it is a butterfly, and it is being unfolded. It is unfolding that it is, and it will fly. You will fly. You gonna see him on the turnaround?
I'm going to see you on the turnaround, John Greason, and all you other little Greasons out there.
We're going to see you guys on the turnaround, okay? We love you.